New York. Up next, the cancellation of Roseanne Barr's TV show is putting a lot of people out of work and will have a residual effect.
Buy, sell, listen. The WBBM Noon Business Hour continues.
The cancellation of Roseanne Barr's sitcom due to racist tweets she made has far-reaching implications. Let's talk about some of the many business angles with Tim Hanlon, founder and CEO of the Vertere Group here in Chicago. Tim, obviously this has an impact on Roseanne and her income, but there's lots of other people working on the show, whether they're actors and actresses or people behind the scenes, and they're impacted as well.
Hey, Cisco, yeah, absolutely. The challenge is that, the television industry, the business of television, right, is multifaceted. And what we're talking about here is not just the abrupt cancellation of a TV show, right, which for its owner, it's actually its owner, but certainly its main broadcaster in ABC and all the local TV stations that were depending on it for its being part of the fall schedule. Obviously a very popular program this season. And heavily touted just a couple of weeks ago at the annual upfront presentations that go on in New York City every year to tout various programs by various networks for advertisers. So all of a sudden you have a huge gaping hole in what was promised to be a major show in the fall schedule. And so that's the pretty obvious thing. But there's a lot of sort of reverberations after the fact, right? This is a show that began, a couple of decades earlier and is very pronounced in reruns. And obviously those shows are being pulled from the various networks and TV syndication packages. So, you have a show that both in its previous and its current incarnation is now being sort of taken away from the entire system. And that's even before we get to the talent and the producers and the directors and all the other people that were, integral to helping make such a show.
Yeah, and that's where the residuals come in, right? You have actors and other people who make money off of every single one of those syndicated episodes every time it airs.
Yeah, so beyond the distribution environments that we just discussed, I mean, the reality is that it takes a village, if you will, not to politically mix metaphors, right? But the idea, frankly, is that, there's a lot of people that put their time and effort into a show like this, and some of their economics are very much tied into the life cycle or lifetime of a show, right? So if a show is being rebroadcast or one of the old episodes of Roseanne is being seen in syndication on a Diginet TV network or a cable network or an oldies-focused television programming block, those are all, shekels of revenue that aren't somehow coming back to the directors, the owners, the producers, the studios, maybe even Roseanne or her group of talent producers themselves, and that's hugely disruptive to what was largely an income stream that is expected over time.
Tim, did ABC have a real choice here?
Well, now you're getting into some sort of political realities, and I don't mean political in a broad sense, but in a business sense, right? There's no question that in today's social media-fueled world, right, we can be very reactive. People can say things, and, just because you can doesn't mean you should. I'm not going to sort of get into the specifics of her commentary. I don't think anybody agrees with any of that. But the reality is that, it's a very quick-moving media landscape these days. And, certain issues can certainly blow up in people's faces, and it has always been the case with celebrities, whether it's in programming or endorsements of things that they advertise. So, it's a very trigger-happy kind of culture we live in, only aided and abetted by a button push and a tweet.
Tim, always good having you with us. Thanks for your explanation of some of these things. We'll be watching how it turns out. Tim Hanlon is founder and CEO of the Vertere Group in Chicago.